So some common feelings and reactions, this idea of being torn between the past and the future, things like feeling isolated or lonely, of course, sorrow, depression, anger, impatience, indecisiveness, guilt, relief. I added a couple others that aren't here. One of them is uncertainty. I think uncertainty is definitely an important thing to acknowledge and confront, you know, with people that have a loss, because there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of unanswered questions. And like I said earlier when I said, Papa, what do I do with this? There was a number of those things that God told me, just, hey, let me hold on to that for you right now, because that's too far in the future. You don't need to worry about that. I'm like, okay, here you go. Just like a little girl, right? When, you know, those of you that have kids, it's like we're happy to take those burdens off of them because as adults we can handle it. In the same way, that's what God was doing for me in the, you know, early days and even now. I have a lot of unanswered questions. I don't have it all figured out. People ask me some questions and I'm like, whoa, I don't know. I don't have a 5-year plan right now. I'm just trying to get through the next couple years and I'm doing okay with that. And then at some point we can talk about my 5-10-year plan and that's okay. Another thing is fear or panic. In one of my grief groups, they were talking about this idea that grief has elements of fear attached to it. And, you know, along with that, anxiety or even panic. So be aware of that role and listen for language from people that you're working with that sound like fear or panic. A lot of times I work with people that have like anxiety disorders and stuff, and so I try to bring them back into the present. What's the most important thing right in front of you? And by the way, this is definitely important, like good information for me to remember too, as I'm kind of moving through this, because you can't tackle too many things at once. It's too overwhelming, so you have to break it down.